Kids have always had these weird little phrases to mean things that sometimes they don't even really actually intend on meaning. Kids used to say YOLO back in the day, and a lot of people wouldn't really understand that that means you only live once. But now today, people are saying 6'7". What does 6'7" mean? It's obviously a rap lyric that came from the song Doop Doop from Skrilla. But does this mean that it is something kids should be saying?
6'7" is a real life gang in Philadelphia that also sometimes go by the name YSN. Okay, this is a post in the Philly Wiki, which is a subreddit that's dedicated to following all of the gang violence that's going on in Philadelphia. And this post has people all the way back in, what was this, 2023? This was on June 2023, 2 years ago. People saying, what the F is YSN? I don't ever hear no other set mention these dudes. I only ever hear their name when they say it in a song. Who are they beefing with? Literally, dudes are making up ops. Ain't no way all of the dudes in Philly decided to give the dudes they hang with a group name, and all of a sudden you got conflicts that you must kill over. Dudes be so random, okay? And there's been a bunch of different explanations of what this crew might be called, but it's saying these guys were based on 67th and Shields, Dix, and Gaia. They beef with a couple of hoods in Southwest, mainly 65th Street and 60th Street. Their main slider is a young bull named Cass, who just came home from a gun charge. Heard he's got 2 to 4 bodies. All right, and there's been a lot of trying to explain what this YSN means. People are saying it means a young savage N-words, and they beef with a crew called the Nine Sides. Okay, but I'm gonna get way deeper into the meaning behind this gang for you and some of the conflicts that they've been having. So there's been a lot of debate around exactly which street, 67 or 67th Street, they're based around. People are saying it's 67th and Elmwood Street in Philadelphia. And they've actually been claiming this 6'7" catchphrase in songs long before Skrilla. Members from the 6'7" gang, the real life 6'7" gang, have actually been shouting out 6'7" in the exact same way on songs all the way back in 2023. So this was posted on Reddit in September 2023. And as you're going to hear, I'll play a very, very quick snippet. Hopefully these lovely young men don't copyright me, but you're about to hear what the 6'7" was really about back in 2023. 6'7", 6'7", green light. 6'7", green light. So these young bulls were doing this long before Skrilla, right? And this is a real gang, YSN, and this is UTH, one of their most notorious rappers, as well as Coach. There's been a couple of different names and different rappers and people that have been associated with them. And, you know, people are hating on them in the comments, but this was long before people knew. And Skrilla himself actually did confirm this in an interview where he basically said 6'7" actually refers to basically, a block where his young shooters, his young crash outs actually hail from. Okay, so check this out. 6'7".
What is the significance of 6'7"? Like, why do you include that there? Yeah, 6'7", that's where all my young boys, like, that's where my young boys from. You ever heard of Doody Baby? Doody Baby. Yeah, you ain't probably me. I'll come out though. That's where all like my little young boys from. Like, that's where all my little crash outs from. Okay, 6'7". Gotcha. Crash out boys. That's crazy. Yeah, crazy. I had that song for like 2 years. Really? Sitting in a vault. And it sounds like a year and a half.
So it's ironic, right, that he's saying that he actually had that song for 2 years. It was sitting in the vault. And I just showed you a video of the other real guys from the actual 6'7" gang saying that 2 years ago. And so what I'm about to tell you that's super interesting, okay, is it turns out these 6'7" guys, apparently they're actually not happy with the way that Skrilla has turned their whole hood into a catchphrase, okay? Some of the comments on this, you know, they're basically talking about Skrilla. He's dead wrong for saying this. Dudes died about that block. Them dudes have been repping 6'7" forever. You can't just do that. They're saying UTH been putting on for 6'7" for a minute now, okay? 6700 block, Elm, Shields, Southwest. I used to see him as a YB. There people are saying that Doody Baby guy ain't even from 6'7". People are saying he was wrong for that. People are saying, was Skrilla actually dissing YSN here? A lot of people think that Skrilla actually dissed YSN, and that's why this caption says this clip is the reason that YSN actually don't rock with Skrilla. This is why they went at him. Now, other posts have been circulating suggesting that things have kind of gone so far now with this 6'7" meme that he has actually full-blown fallen out with the 6'7" gang. And now a lot of people believe that the fact that he's made this 6'7" thing such a catchphrase, and, you know, this is him posting the video with a caption that says, everybody comment 6'7", now people think that he's actually fallen out with the real 6'7" gang, and he's actually trolling them with the whole 6'7" thing. People saying enough said, he don't got to argue with no dudes from Southwest, all right? People are saying he's gone clear, he's out of here, okay? But there's other people that do actually claim the real life 6'7" gang that have made it very clear, okay? This is YSN UTH. He's got in his bio, the real 6'7". He's saying, I'm the real 6'7". People saying it must be tough, a dude took your whole slogan, 6'7", and again, all the credit about it from kids on TikTok. They're saying UTH had to really put this in his bio to let people know he is the real 6'7". And so people have been saying, yeah, Skrilla been stealing sauce, you know? But hey, listen, like, people are quoting this classic line from Jay-Z when he was talking about Nas. He said, yeah, I sampled your voice, you was doing it wrong, you made it a hot line, I made it a hot song. So people are saying, yo, Skrilla really took the sauce, he really took the 6'7" sauce and ran off with it. But here's what I'm about to tell you. These 6'7" guys are really nothing to be played with. So shout out to Skrilla, man, he's doing his thing, but, you know, these are definitely not guys that you want to be at war with, all right? So apparently
6'7" or 6700 block as they're referred to, YSN, they're apparently at war with another set called ODA or the 7400 block, and word around town, apparently the war between these groups has gotten so bad that there is a $45,000 bounty on the heads of any YSN member due to the fact that YSN killed an innocent person as get back for YSN Diaz. And they're saying Chucky 67th actually ended up losing his life due to a price being on his head. Okay, and I'm going to tell you more about that in a minute. But this guy YSN Diaz, okay, he is somebody that lost his life in a very brutal incident. And, you know, I'm about to tell you, man, it's actually really, really messed up what's going on behind the scenes with this YSN, this 6'7" gang.
So This is one of their members, one of their most notorious members who was killed in 2022. This is YSN Diaz, and he was killed allegedly whilst committing a home invasion, and he tried to backdoor one of his friends for money, and him and another 6-7 member called Penny were actually killed in the incident, okay? And this has all been going around Reddit years ago, 3 years ago, okay? So people didn't even know how serious this was. This is 3 years ago, August 2022. YSN Diaz died hours later at the ICU after an unsuccessful home invasion, and another was killed on the scene. It was Penny, 6-7. And this is both the 6-7 members that lost their lives in this incident. And people are saying so they tried to backdoor somebody and ended up getting killed. It's a really sad situation, but it just goes to show you how serious this beef gets.
The possible motive could have been burglary. The motive right now, tentatively, has been reported as a possible burglary, but the evidence at the scene doesn't support that right now. We don't know how this male is connected to the address. That investigation is ongoing.
So that's an ongoing investigation, but there's been all these rumors of money being put on the head of 6-7 members. This post was going around, it said YSN or 6-7 had a good run, but unfortunately it'll be coming to an end with UTH having 100k on his head. I don't see him making it out this year. Either he gets backdoored or the ops catch up with him. Talented man caught up in the wrong stuff. RIP Key and RIP Diaz. So a lot of people have been, speculating that, people are going to pass away. There's money being put on people's heads. There was a member called Chuck who allegedly had money on his head as well. It said Chuck 6-7 YSN allegedly had 20k on his head, and UTH allegedly has 50 to 100k on his head. And it actually does seem like somebody ended up collecting that bounty because, YSN Chuck 6-7 ended up getting killed, and he was allegedly shot 15 times with an AK-47. This was a year ago, back in June 2024. So this gang war with these 6-7 members is very serious. It's not anything to joke about, okay? It's really not anything to joke about. It's not anything to play with. But don't get it twisted. It's not 6-7 members all getting killed. Allegedly, this person called Shaq from a gang called Only the Africans was killed in revenge for what happened to YSN Diaz.
So now that you've heard Harry Potter break it down, do you still think it's cute that your kids are doing this? Do you think it's still something that is just a little joke? Or do you think this might be something that you want to try to work out of their language? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know down in the comments.